thank all our major partners here at Rockdale Ilinden, our major sponsors, MKD Transport, committed to reliability. Our gold partners, Superbird, Marco Polo Food, Flying Food from across the sea. Simico partners for your taxation and advisory services. Langan, Simmons and George, Paul's Customs and Forwarding Solutions for your freight forwarding needs. And our silver sponsors, Zenith Group, Chemist Hub Pharmacy, Bay Street, Rockdale, De Lorenzo Tiles, Tempe Tyres, Cityview Group, Consolidated Office Choice Cochra, Vortex Group, Swift Air, Chinese Cocktails, Ricks Group, EMC Civil, Kenny Constructions, William Roberts Lawyers, AI Architecture, State Road Constructions, Tino's Dolce Vita Fine Foods, River Street Catering Equipment for the Serious Chef, Level 33 Development Group, East to West Plant Services, Auger Cranes, Audrey Australia, Boss Tuns Barbers Grind on the Sands, Sydney White Building Supplies, Nania Projects, All Prestige Body Repairs, Niji Sushi Bar Versatile, Sun Care Rockdale, Mini Masterminds Early Learning Centres, Dual Core Packaging, A&S Training, and NPL Customs and Compliance. We also want to thank our club suppliers, ABA's Audio Visual, Kingsford Smith Transport, Stana Australia, our 2024 Power Partner, Vicker Stacks Reesby, and Son of a Baker. We also want to thank our ground signage holders and all of our affiliate online partners. Thank you for your support of Rockdale Ilinden in the 2024 season. Well done to the under 20s as they make their way off the field of play. So a big round of applause for Rockdale. 5-0.
Testing 1, testing 2, coming to you live from the runway at Rockdale Ilinden Sports Ground for this matchup between Rockdale City Suns and Sydney FC. My name is Dom. It's a pleasure to be with you for this mouth-watering tie. In the wet. Well, not just yet anyway. Fingers crossed. The clouds and the southwest have started to disperse. They looked ominous before. I've got my umbrella. It's not a glamorous job.
I did it all for glamour.
It's all for the fame, as they say. No, I was saying it has, like I said, fingers crossed, has, like you said, cleared ever so slightly. I tell you, those grey ones look ominous. Those are the ones I drove through just before, those real grey ones. They're like warships, they do. Alrighty, has Dribble got the team up? It does! Ho ho ho! Oh, lineup isn't ready for them. That's good. How have those blokes got it before I've even fucking seen it on dribble?
11 Lockie Constable, the 14 Braden Sorge, and the 66 Matthew Cordier. Substitutes for Rockdale, number 15 Gita Samola, 16 So Kataoka, 17 Bray Ovens, number 20 Ricardo Rizzo, number 22 Blake Prosciutto, number 23 Hunter Elliott. The team lineup for our visitors, Sydney FC as follows: number 2 Noah Matthew, number 4 Joseph Kalisic, number 6 Dylan Rose, number 8 Lockie Middleton, number 11 Jaden Kajarski, number 18 Matthew Scarcella, number 19 Mitchell Klassen, number 20 Adam Pavlicic, number 24 Wataru Kamijo, number 29 Joseph Lacey, and the substitutes are number 5 Meluetu Nakomo, number 10 Tiago Quintal, number 13 Jacob Rossetti, number 14 Jared Middleton, number 16 Pearson Kasawaya.
Please load your lineups, you muppets. It's not hard.
30 Mason Harkin. Once again, to all the mothers in attendance today, happy Mother's Day. Hope you're enjoying your day out. Want to thank our major sponsors, NKD Transport, committed to reliability, our gold partners, Superboom, Marco Polo Foods, fine foods from across the sea, Simico partners, Clear Taxation and Advisory Services, Lang & Simmons St George, Laws Customs and Forwarding Solutions, as well as all of our silver partners, Zenith Group, Chemist Hut Pharmacy, Bay Street Rockdale, De Lorenzo Tiles, Tempe Tyres.
How do you not have these up yet?
Choice Program, Vortex Group, Swift Air, Chinese Cocktails,
Motherfuckers.
Ritz Group, EMC Civil, Penny Construction, William Roberts Lawyers, AI Architecture, State Road Constructions, Pino's Dolce Vita Fine Foods, River Osprey Planning Equipment for the Serious Chef,
Just,
Development Group, East to West Plant Services, Ford Cranes, Border Australia, Boss Cuts Barbers Brine and Sands, Sydney White Building Supplies, Dania Projects, All Prestige Body Repairs, Nishi Sushi Bar Hurstville, Suncare Rockdale, Mini Masterminds Early Learning Centres, Jewel Corp Packaging, MPL Customs and Compliance, and A&S Training. Also want to thank our club suppliers, ABA's Audio Visual, Kingsford Street Transport, Stano Australia, Vickers Tax Reesby and Son of a Baker.
Oh. Who have I missed? missing from fucking Sydney FC. Ah, good. Sydney FC have only announced they're starting with 10 players, not 11. I'm assuming they've left out the keeper. It was Mason Hartnig.
Can all the boys at the backfield please make your way off the field of play? Only ball boys have to be on the field, thank you. All the boys in the backfield, please off the field of play, thank you.
Stop logging off the fucking connection laptop.
have a special presentation for this afternoon's fixture. As many of the Rockdale faithful will know, 2 weeks ago we played a home game here against Wollongong Wolves. During that game, our captain, Alex Jurusevski, scored a hat-trick and doing so became the all-time leading goal scorer of the club on 131 competitive goals, excluding trial games and cup games. A fantastic achievement from our skipper. Before today's kick-off, we have a presentation, a special trophy in his honour, being presented by none other than the former leading goal scorer for Rockdale, the one and only Spasanagolski, the Cobra, a club legend and current under-20s coach. Well done to Spas on the achievements under-20s.
And a very good afternoon, football fans around the world, in Australia and especially here in New South Wales. This is match day 14 of the National Premier League men's competition, live from the Ilinden Sports Ground in Rockdale for Rockdale City Suns versus Sydney FC. My name is Dom Rizzuto, coming to you live on the Football New South Wales official YouTube live stream for 3rd versus 15th in this all-important matchup between two sides looking at vastly different seasons for the second half of this year. They come down here. It's a home ground really for both of them. So there's crowds here supporting both sides who are looking to get this game underway very shortly. We're going to have a small presentation as we are going to be honouring the main man for Rockdale just before we get underway. Him, the leading goal scorer, Alec Jurusevski, who of course is now the all-time leading goal scorer for the club, which happened in the reverse fixture between these two sides. So we've just had that now, and we've just given him his due. He's been immense for this club since coming on board, and he himself will fancy scoring a few today against a Sydney FC side who are low on confidence. Let's go through the team lineups for you this afternoon, starting with the away side. Noah Matthey is in for Sydney FC alongside Joseph Kalicic, who has come into the starting side. Dylan Rose also joins in from the starting side from last week. Lockley Milton remains in the middle. Jaden Kucharowski replaces Tiago Quintal with a quick swap from the bench to the starting side. Matthew Scarcella is there once again alongside Mitchell Glasson, the captain. Adam Pavlicic, Waturu Kamijo and Joseph Lacey are there to round out the starting side. On the bench, Meli Wethu Nkomo drops down from the starting side last week that got hammered by Leichhardt, which we'll get into in just a moment. Tiago Quintal, as I mentioned before, is also there alongside Jacob Brezett, Jared Middleton, Pearson Kasawaga, Will Kennedy, and the goalkeeper. And on the starting side is Mason Hartnick. And I said that late because the team sheets today were a little askew for Sydney FC. They actually only submitted a team of 10, which I don't think is the case. We do have a full complement for them today. For the home side, it's a pretty similar side that rolled out from last week's impressive win over Sutherland 3-0 on the road. Harrison Devonish Mears is in goals. Daniel Collins is in 2. Lachlan Griffiths, Giorgio Speranza, Isaac Danzo are in 2, 3, 5 and 6 respectively. Alec Jurusevski is in the fancy number 7. 8 is Dean Pelikanos. 10 is Brendan Shalakian. 11 and coming into the starting side and coming into the team altogether is Lachlan Constable. 14 is Braden Sorge, and 68 is Matthew Cordia to round out the team. And then on the bench, dropping to the bench from last week is Ayla Yukina Sonmola, Sawaka Chakawa, Bray Owens, Ricardo Rizzo, Blake Wishuchio, and Hunter Elliott in 23. We are underway here for this one, as it was Sydney FC that got us underway. They are running from right to left across your streaming screen in the famous sky blue shirt, and Rockdale in the striking red and black stripes running in the opposite direction. The skies have cleared, and I don't want to curse it because your poor commentator and camera crew are under the mercy of the famous Ilinden Sports Ground, I guess what you'd call it, scaffolding, where they've actually removed the tarp above us. So if it rains, we're in for a wet one. But of course, more importantly, we don't want the game to deteriorate into madness if it does rain here today. So far, it has stayed away, which is good to see. Sydney FC look to break as they send the ball right up there to Scarcella, but he can't quite get onto it, and it goes out for a throw. He gets it underway immediately. Wedged in a corner, forced to retreat. I'm expecting an improved performance from the youth side for Sydney FC. The coaching staff have rung the changes after a hammering last week at the hands of Apia Leichhardt. However, they do perform well down here at Rockdale. They haven't picked up many wins this season, but they did pick up a strong performance in match day 2 against Manly United down here, 2-0. It's been slim picking since then. Just the 2 wins. That game I mentioned before, just one of them. Rockdale, on the other hand, flying high in 3rd place. A win today will put them in 2 seconds above Apia, who have really turned on the afterburners in the second sort of stanza of this season. They've got some work to do here, the home side. Scarcella's over to take the corner, the first real attacking opportunity for Sydney FC. Ball's whipped in nicely. It's dealt with by the Rockdale defence rather comfortably. And then a free kick is given to Scarcella. He's guilty of just nibbling at the legs there of Lachlan Constable. Playing out in the wide position today. And what looks to be a 4-2-3-1 for the home side. Oh, that is a nasty challenge there from Guraszewski. It's early on, so you think he would avoid any sort of punishment, but tell you what, if that had come 5 minutes later, he may have found himself in the ire of the referee. The referee today, of course, is Ivica Kovic. In the middle, he's joined by Ivan Svargulis and Aranaf Gobinafa on the wings. The 4th official is Thomas Dale. Shalakian clipped, asking the question. Not going to get it from the referee on this occasion. Is Devanesh Mears. Tries to go out to a player on the touchline, but doesn't find an intended target. Actually, it was offside in the end, so his blushes were spared. Camijo wants to go back to Hartnett goals. And then Kalovic goes long. And here's a chance now for Sydney. They were streaming through there with Kucharski, but ball just wouldn't sit for him. It's well intercepted there by Camijo, stepping in. It's Adam Pavlicic who's in goals today. People, I do apologise, we do now know the starting lineup more accurately. So they have submitted it incorrectly here, Sydney FC. And starting on at left back is Will Kennedy in 22. Chance now for Rockdale to break forward. They've not had much of the ball in the opening 5 minutes. Setting themselves, perhaps. Speranza trying to barge his way down the line. But the Sydney FC side love a good tussle. They won't be scared to put their body on the line against the, you would say, a bigger outfit in Rockdale. Here's Griffiths. And now Collins. And now Sorge finds Constable. Nice to work with Shalaki, and that's a nice layoff. The ball across is deflected out, and we will have the first corner for Rockdale. Whipped in towards the near post, flicked on by Constable. There's Collins lurking in the middle, still trying to bring it down here. Eventually a shot is fierce by Speranza. Actually, it's Juseski in the end. And it's well saved there by Pavlicic in goal. Second corner now for Rockdale. Shalakian going all the way to the other side. It's whipped high into the air towards Juseski, and even a man of his talents is going to struggle to bring that one down. Lusic bringing it forward. Kennedy storming down the line, keeps it in well. Oh, the layoff there from Scarcella isn't accurate enough. Rockdale come away through Matteo Cordia. Seski loses out. There's a nice flick on there by Kaczarski. It just escaped the foot of Middleton. Oh, Karnos now gets it into the path of the on-rushing Griffiths, who can send it out wide. Ball's in towards Shalakian, but it's dealt with by Kalusic at the back. It's well won there by Scarcella. Just trying to go first time to the path of Charsky, but in the end it was well defended by the Rockdale centre halves. Rockdale starting to knock the ball around quite nicely. They get back underway quickly. They don't look to take their time. Perhaps they should have, as the pass from Collins is misplaced. Jimo tries to go towards the winger, Joseph Lacey, who can't find his way around Sorge, but wins the throw. All the way over the top towards Scarcella. We'll probably just see this go out for a throw. He does. He's probably hoping for a corner. Didn't work in his favour as the wind is blowing in a northerly fashion. Is Lacey. Manages to keep it in. Kennedy back to Middleton. And then all the way back to Kolusic. The right idea from the engine room in Middleton. Couldn't find the runner Scarcella. Danzo. Cagey so far. Only the Jurasevsky shot to mention as we get over the 15-minute mark, and that's a poor giveaway, and Shalakian can break away. Goes left towards Jurasevsky. He's got a couple in the middle. Tries to get the ball across. It doesn't go out just yet, and then lays it back here, but brilliantly saved by Pavlicic. The danger's not over yet. A shank from Pelikanos, and then Sydney FC look to clear. They still haven't dealt with it. It's back in towards the penalty box. They can't quite get it away, and then that's a poor giveaway by Lacey. Danger's not over. Sorge tries to whip it in. Takes a deflection and does go out for a corner. Well, I think both sides can say that period of play was a little scrappy. Matteo Cordia had the chance to make it 1-0. We drilled it straight into Pavlicic. And then Sydney FC failed to get it away, and now they have to deal with the corner. Shalakian goes near post again. He comes towards Jurasevsky. Just loitering again, unmarked. In and around that penalty spot. But he just gets underneath it and it sails over the crossbar. Had it been on target, I don't think Pavlicic would have had a chance of saving it. Ball lands at the feet of Scarcella, who goes wide. And now it's Lacey trying to get it into the box or win a corner. Does neither. Camijo almost slips and tries to find the ball through, but can't do so. And that's a nice ball over the top towards Constable, who's done well to keep this under the pressure of a couple of Sydney players, but eventually Camijo, who's been involved heavily defensively so far, does really well to pinch the ball back for his side. Here's Kucharski now. He gets robbed of the ball, and now it's Shalakian. He gets nudged in the back and wins a free kick. Well, I think the Wayside could count themselves a little unlucky. There was a lot of pushing and shoving there. It eventually went against them. And now it's a chance for the home side to produce something special from this dead ball. It is that man, of course. Jurasevsky standing over it. If anyone's going to produce a moment of magic, it's him. Steps up, has a go. And in a somewhat surprise The number 7 for Rockdale has his free kick. Sail over the bar. Kolisic goes long. Middleton does well under the pressure. Kucharski just can't quite bring it down, and then Griffiths pinches it. And then Cordia manages to pinch it again. There was plenty of yells of players going down in a heap after a collision. Referee just waves it on. So far, it's been a stellar performance from Sydney FC. They've survived the potential dangers of going behind early and starting to work their way into this game. That's a lovely touch there from Lacey. And now he can move into space. Goes first time towards Kucharski. Can't find him. Eventually it goes all the way out to, that was Glasson out to Lacey. Now the ball goes back towards Glasson, the captain. Sorge gets up and heads it away, but the flag is off for offside. Speranza now. Just to go back to his keeper. Who just goes long. Finds his target in the end. That's nice work between Sorge and Shalakian. They're working well together. And Constable still going. Here's Shalakian. Rolls it into the path of Useski. He would have been offside. Perhaps he would have been in a better position to go himself there, the playmaker. Long throw from Kennedy. Shalakian does well to get up and win a header, but it doesn't go favourably. Here's Lacey now, looking for options. Centralises it to Camijo. Useski was offside. He turned and faced away from the ball carrier. And then when the pass came his way, he wasn't ready. Camijo's gone long and found Glassons and Kucharski. Griffiths went up and has gone down. Chance opportunity for Sydney FC, but the ball across from Glassons doesn't find Lacey. It was a difficult ball to feed through the amount of players that were there, but you'd be disappointed he didn't get it even remotely close to his colleague in the end. That was an opportunity as Griffiths went down. This Scarcella tries around Sorge and loses it. Sorge streaming forward. Nice ball out to Constable. One-on-one here with Kennedy. Spalanikos into the path of Useski, who in the end is denied brilliantly by Pavlicic in goal. He was offside. Regardless, an immense save from the Sydney FC keeper. Wasn't to know. That's a poor giveaway again, though, from Sydney FC. Shalakian gets it into the path of Useski, who was onside this time, but they just couldn't get it out of their feet. The right players for Rockdale, and Sydney FC were able to escape. Long ball isn't going to find anybody. Where will this end up? Ends up favourably in Sydney's hands for the throw. Here's Kennedy now. Goes long again up to Kucharski, but Collins deals with it rather comfortably. Camijo steps up and wins it back, though. Chance for Sydney FC, and that's a definite free kick. Kucharski brought down by Griffiths in the end. No card brandish just yet. Griffiths still doesn't quite look okay after that fall that he had previously. Looked sluggish there as he made a desperate lunge to try and stop Kucharski, who was streaming into the 18-yard box. They've now got the chance themselves here. The away team of putting themselves on the board first. A couple of players standing over it. Will be Kucharski to take. Goes short for the trick play into Scarcella. Took a deflection. Keeps it in here, though. It almost works out, I tell you that. That's a lovely flick on there from Lacey. Kucharski goes across, and it just can't be tapped in by Glasson. Well, that should have been 1-0. You can't fault Glasson. He was there. But the ball was hit with such ferocity and velocity that there was no chance that he was going to get there on time. Sydney FC inches from going in front here on match day 14. But it is not to be. That's a nice touch on. Rockdale deal with it, and Karnos tries to play out of danger, and they do so well. Now there's a switch on for Sorge. You can bring it forward. He wants the run of Constable. It gets it. His touch is a little heavy. Tries to keep it in. Doesn't do so. He would have lost it anyway. Coaching staff weren't happy with the touch. I don't think you could really blame him so much. It was a difficult thing to do. Shows the standards that the Rockdale coaching staff are setting this season, and it will explain their extremely high position on the ladder. Speranza storming forward, goes wide out to Cordia. Cordia tries to get to the byline, gets it towards Speranza, who just flicks it towards goal, but the pressure from the Sydney defenders was enough to make that an uncomfortable shot. And it spews out to the left. Long ball from Kennedy again. Trying to go direct here a lot the away side. It hasn't worked out just yet. That's a nice ball to the path of Shalaki and can't find Juraszewski. Almost get punished there. Sydney, a poor giveaway. Camijo finds Kennedy. He tries to whip it into Scarcella, but misses the target. It's the kind of patch of play that's going to cost this youthful team. Sorge still going. Goes down. He's asking for the free kick. Sydney just caught in this corner trying to play out. They do it really nicely in the end. Sydney FC can't retain it when they go long. Here's Sorge again. Coming inside to Juraszewski, tries to go out to Constable. And that's a giveaway, and now Kojima can break. Kamijo looking forward, is getting his shirt pulled. This will surely be a yellow card. Referee has decided to be fair to both teams. Danzo could have been guilty there of a shirt pull. Try to go long again, but it's headed away off Zorge. All the way back towards the Sydney FC defence. That's a nice touch there from Kolosic. Has looked calmed and composed in the starting lineup today. Hasn't been anywhere near the, I guess, the stress or awe of a player that would play against the likes of Uoseski and Shalakian. Cordio wasn't happy with the challenge, though, as that man I mentioned before mistimed his interception and then had to cause a pretty cynical foul and receives the yellow card for it. Here comes the free kick now from Shalakian. Uoseski told to get in the box. Actually just sitting outside of it. It's whipped in towards the back post, but it's got too many wheat bix on it. Scarcella now brings it forward, tries to take on Sorge, does so well with pace. Just couldn't keep the ball. He's done really well to win that back. Find Middleton and then Kamijo. Carnos not letting Sydney FC breathe. Here's Middleton now. Tries to find Glasson or Lacey. Can't bring it down. Uoseski is offside. A long first time. Up towards Glasson, but Griffiths looking better than he did 5 minutes ago. Does really well. That's a nice ball there from Shalakian. Uoseski is onside. Here's that chance for him. Can he finish? Yes, he can. Well, in the end, it was simple. A ball straight over the top. Into the path of Uoseski, and when he's in that position, he doesn't usually miss. And he put it away calmly past Pavlicic this time. It was a rush of blood to the head by the Sydney FC defenders who tried to pinch the ball off Shalakian, who just rolled them with ease. And then a deft touch, which he's been looking for throughout this first half, finally came. And when it did, the chance was taken perfectly. We do have a momentary stoppage before we get this game back underway. Devonish Mears is down, the keeper. Looks a little unwell. Just playing around with some tape around the hands and the fingers there, the medical staff are. He's getting the gloves back on, so he should be okay. Interesting to know what is going on down there, because the home keeper hasn't had to make a save just yet. So you would imagine it would have been a prior injury that they're nursing. Even still, must be very sore, because the gloves have yet to have been stung. So we reached the half-hour mark here at the Ilinden Sports Centre in Rockdale. You're just joining us. It's been a cagey affair, but finally we have the first goal. Courtesy of course, Alec Jurasevski for Rockdale. Sydney FC had their chance, though. Oh, well, Shalakian went straight down there like a ton of bricks, and now he's up and he's fine. Looked like he took much of a knock, but he certainly reacted like he did. That's nice work from Sorge, but it's intercepted by Kennedy, but he can't keep it in as his touch is a little heavy. Danzo heading it back towards danger for his side. Lacey's clipped there by Shalakian, trying to get some revenge after being nicked before. Try to go long again here, Sydney, up towards Lacey, but Griffiths brings it down. It's picked up there from Glassons. Nice play there, though, between him and Noah Matthey, who hasn't had much to do today, except see Jurasevski sprint away and score. Most of the play has been coming down the left-hand side for Sydney. The advantage is played on here on the referee. They go long into the box. There's a chance here for Sydney. Oh, and that could be a collision, and it is. It is a penalty. Well, finally, the long ball has caused havoc in the box. And you would have heard on the microphone, just as it went in the air, the wind swept through and held the ball up. And it allowed Jaden Kucharski to stroll in and try and get a nick on the ball. Nudged it past Harrison Devonish Mears, who was just receiving treatment moment before for a hand injury, and just bundled into the Sydney FC striker. And the referee really didn't have a choice. Those are given these days. Keepers aren't as protected as they were a couple of seasons ago. They're held accountable for rushing out and missing the ball, and that's what he did. And now Sydney have got a glorious opportunity to get back in front. Or excuse me, I should say, get level. Still got to put it away, though. The captain, Mitchell Glasson, stepping up. Devonish Mears doing his best yellow wiggle. I don't know if he's allowed to do that anymore. And it's put straight down the middle. Brilliantly taken by Mitchell Glasson, who picks up the ball and celebrates with his team. You have to say it's been a good performance so far in this first half for the away side, and they probably deserve the goal. Glasson himself went close previously, and now he has his goal for the day. And perhaps it could be more for a team who look like a shell of the team that lost 7-1 last week. That's a nice ball down to the path of Sorge, who whips it across and finds Shalakian. Here's that chance now, still going here. Shalakian just wiggling his way across, but his pass towards Cordier is misplaced. And he's frustrated with himself. Middleton in the corner, just whips it away. Glasson doing very well to win the ball back. Nice layoff here between Lacey and Kucharski. Now they go for the switch of play, but Lacey can't find it. And then he tries to go to Glasson again in a rushed fashion. and concedes possession. Your Wayside just sniffing an opportunity here today. It hasn't clicked quite yet for Rockdale, despite the opening goal, courtesy of Alek Jurasevski. This is Danzo now. Tries to find Shalaki and can't do so. Nice turn from Kucharski, and he's away, sprinting forward. Tries to find a pass through, can't do so though. There's too many players around him. Karnos has to be on his toes to keep possession there. Here's Sorge. Sorging forward. Lay off there from Cordia to Shalakian. Jurasevski's taken a wider position. Storms in towards the byline, tries to go around. Looked to be Lacey at the end, or Mathy couldn't do it, and that's brought down really nicely. And flicked on brilliantly by Kucharski. Middled. And Lacey's onside, brings it down well, goes across towards him again, Glassens, but can't put it down there. Kucharski still with them here, comes to Glassen. Oh, and that's a disappointing effort. It's so much spin, this ball, that it's actually going to go out for a throw. That's incredible. It was brilliant work from Kucharski. And then Lacey, I'm surprised Lacey tried to find the player in the middle in the end. It was options on, still with Sydney FC though. Here's Scarcella, cuts back onto his right. Lovely ball, onside, brilliant, it's 2-1, no, the flag goes up. Glassen thought he had a second, it's mightily close. It was brilliant from Scarcella. We'll have to look at the replay here. Speranza up to Cordia, who's flat-footed and the ball's pinched off him. Gets it back though. And here's Jurasevski. Goes long out to Constable. Oh, that's a lovely touch and a lovely flick. Here's Sorge, and he just loses his footing. Scarcella was tracking well though. Everyone's missed the ball there. The header back had to be safe from Collins. Oh, I tell you what, it was close. Glassens ruled out second goal. It did look like he was a yard off though. Just couldn't time the run. Jurasevski's put the pace on here, and to tell you what, Pavicic is well out, and they've gone from a goal from halfway. Constable had an opportunity for the spectacular. Pavlicic came out into no man's land. Neither Sydney FC defender wanted a bar of the ball. The only player who wanted it was Jurasevski. Pavlicic collided with Jurasevski after heading the ball forward. Got taken out. No whistle was blown. And then Constable, it looked like he got caught between two minds. They've still got a chance here though, Rockdale. Cordia tries to square it across towards Jurasevski. It'll be kept in by the goal scorer for Rockdale. But he's absolutely slammed by Kennedy, who's showed him no respect. The crunching tackle, who's gone through the foot of the striker too. He's just going to have to take a moment to test the foot. He's not happy with the officiating on that case. It was a vigorous challenge. Approaching half-time here. 3rd versus 15th. It's looked nothing like that today. It's been very even. Sydney FC have come to play. Cordy up. Oh, nice ball into Shalakian. Goes for goal. Pavlicic has a couple of grabs at it. Eventually brings it down. And then pings it out here to Scarcella. Just a whip it first time. And I tell you what, it was a delightfully weighted ball. But both his teammates in Lacey and Karcheski gave up on it. They thought it was too heavy. They may not have gotten there, but it was really nicely weighted. Kennedy does well to win the ball there. Shalakian still going. Does lose out though. Kamijo still going. Lovely footwork there from the young midfielder. Glasson wants the run. Has it. And could go in towards the box. He's got Speranza for company now. Who's recovered. Finds Middleton. Kamijo digs it in. There's Marcella. It was just nudged in the back by Sorge. There's enough to put him off. And we are going to have a stop here. It looks like it's Shalakian who's down. When he went for the ball previously on Kamijo, there was a collision of legs, and he looked uncomfortable. Looks like he's going to be okay. No subs are being prepared just yet from the home side. Most of them are warming up on the southern side of the ground. Doesn't look too good though. The number 10 for Rockdale, certainly limping. It's been asked to go off, so he's going to come back on eventually, it looks like. Back on away now. As we go into added time. We're going to get a board go up shortly. And we're going to have 3 minutes of added time. Is there a chance for either side to steal a lead? There's Matthew now. He's put under pressure and has to concede the throw. Speranza can't find that person. Nice layoff. It's a really telling challenge from Sorge, because had that ball gone through, they had the chance. And now Rockdale can play it through to Useski, and then Shalakian will finish. And the flag has gone up. Well, I tell you what, I'm not so sure about that one. Two tight calls for either side now in this one with the flag going up. Check that one on the replay. It was a lovely tackle from Sorge who stopped that from happening. Oh, well, Jurasevski is a good yard onside. Rockdale will feel aggrieved. Tight call. The linesman doesn't have the privilege of technology at this level. And now the aforementioned Jurasevski is down again. Looks to be okay. Back on his feet. Quickly sprints into action and takes it under his spell really nicely. Chips it towards Constable. Just couldn't get over the ball and direct it with any kind of power. They're going to go long here. Chance their arm. No rush to take this. Maybe they're waiting for half-time here, Sydney. Eventually the ball does go forward towards Speranza, who just thumps his header downfield. And exactly what I thought they were, just waiting for the whistle to blow. The referee was just allowing them for one last attack. And it is half-time here at the Illiden's Sports Ground in Rockdale between Rockdale City Suns and Sydney FC. It is 1-1 after a tightly fought first 45 minutes. Still plenty left in this one. Neither side wants to lose it. It's a lot tighter than what the ladder would suggest, which means we are in for a very exciting second 45. Goals to Alec Jurasevski and Mitchell Glasson for both Rockdale and then Sydney FC respectively. Both sides had goals chalked off for tight offside calls. So you could say that the result at this juncture is a fair one. We've got plenty more to come here on Matchday 14. Stay with us for the second half from Rockdale.
Silver sponsors, Zenith Group, Chemist Hub Pharmacy, Bayshire, Rockdale, Villarente Tiles, Tempe Tyres, Cityview Group, Consolidated and Office Choice Cochrane, Vortex Group, Swift Air, Tiny's Cocktails, the Riggs Group, EMC Civil, Kenny Construction.
Back underway here for the second half between Rockdale City Suns and City FC. 1-1 at half-time between two sides in very different positions on the ladder, but that has not been the case whatsoever. Today it has been very even, and in fact, Sydney FC have really come to play, and they've got a chance early on here. Here's Glassens, tries to get it across the 6-yard line, but can't find the intended target, but does win a corner. There has been a substitution at half-time. Tiago Quintal has come on. Scarcella. Amijo. Can't get away from the Rockdale players. Here's Middleton. Out to Quintal. Nice flick there. Middleton trying to find a way through. Still going here. Does really well to avoid all those challenges. And eventually the ball goes out for a throw. Linesman had to wait for the official to make, in the middle, to make that decision. It looks like the substitution was Quintal for Lacey. Skaczarski trying to move forward, can't do so. Given away there from Cordia though. Oh, and then just absolutely slams in a crunching tackle there on Matthew. Sorge back to Constable. Oh, nice ball into Shalakian, who rolls over and gets a penalty. He's tripped up. And we're going to have a penalty from the same spot that we had in the first half. And he's fired up there, Shalakian. Once again, we're going to have a committee hearing over in the corner asking as to why the decision was called, but they're not going to overturn it, whether you like it or not. It was a nice roll from Shalakian. Tell you what, it was a tough one on Sydney. It did look like it at first, but let's just say the number 10 for Rockdale milked it for all it was worth and won inside a really early opportunity to get in front. Jurseski looking for his second for the day. Up against Pavlicic. Jurseski! Oh, just drills it really hard and low. Pavlicic just couldn't react in time. That's how you take a penalty. And a crushing blow for Sydney FC, who have played so well in the first 45 minutes, to get undone there by the penalty spot. And now it's back to square one for the away side, who will have to try and find their way back on level terms. That's a dreadful touch from Kennedy. He manages to keep it in. From the kickoff, they concede possession. Oh, and that's a bad ball, and Cordia's pinched the ball. He's got a chance to make it 3-1 in almost immediate fashion. Drops it back to Pelikanos, who can't get it away towards goal. It's a mishit. It's like Matthew is down, holding his shoulder. He doesn't look well at all. He looks like he's lost a wrist. Quintal with a poor touch as he tries to flick it away. Collins has to go back to his keeper. She wasn't Matthew, sorry, down there. It's Dylan Rose who took the nasty collision before Received an absolute hospital pass and almost put him in the hospital. Long ball over the top, but Pavlicic is there easily. And rolls his side back and away immediately. Kucharski does well, out to Matthew now. He goes first time over to Glassens here. But Sorge does really well. Heads it back to his keeper. One might say it's probably a fair goal for Rockdale. Juraszewski denied at the end of the first half by the offside flag. They got a chance here to make a 3-1 again. The ball from Cordia doesn't find Constable. They've still got it though through number 11. Danzo now. Looks like we are going to have a substitution. Dylan Rose is going to get taken off and is going to be replaced by Jared Middleton.
Off is Dylan Rose being replaced by Jared Middleton.
Kennedy to take the throw. Getting some stick from the fans about the position in which the throw was taken. Kucharski doing really well. Goes back onto his left foot. Probably would have been better going to his right. Sydney just trying to get out of danger. They do so well in the end. Scarcella. His touch is too heavy and Sorge steps in. Middleton just hoists it forward out of trouble. Shalakian once again just rolling away from a tackle. Juraszewski was flat-footed. Long up to Quintal. Speranza, though, is positioned correctly and heads it away from trouble. And Juraszewski's taking this down really nicely. Here's Juraszewski! The new player on Middleton does really well to block the shot and see it out for a throw. Shalakian having a go and winning a corner. Haven't seen too many of these today. Whipped in towards the near post, headed away nicely. Sorge tries to get it into Shalakian's. Constable steps up and takes it away. Shalakian was offside, didn't go for the ball. Speranza just heads it back towards his teammate. Sela has the ball pinched off him. Karnos switches out to Juraszewski in that wide position again. Drops it down to Constable. Back to Juraszewski. Sydney FC again defend valiantly, throwing their bodies in front of the ball. That corner again, Shalakian, real whipped, and there was Cordia, who just took it on the back foot, which meant it was always going to be difficult for him to direct it goalwards and keep it down. Sydney throw here. Atmosphere is somewhat subdued now that the home side is in front. Oh, the goal would certainly bring the intensity back into the air. Falls kindly here to Shalakian. Still going. Quintao wins it there off Speranza. And then is sandwiched between 2 or 3 players and is still going. Does really well. Speranza stops him. And then Glasson switches it really nicely to Matthew now, who's got room to move. He wants someone. He whips it towards the back post. But in the end, Devon Ashmir saves comfortably. The left back just getting caught between 2 minds. Shalakian not happy once again that he's been held back as he rolled away from the tackle. There's Danzo now. A relatively quiet game. All sort of gone through him rather quickly today, the way that they've played. Cordia now. Oh, that's a nice ball into Uoseski. Brings it down really nicely. Lovely flick. Speranza for 3. And the bounce was favourable. And he just towed it past a helpless Pavlicic in goals. Oh boy, doesn't he enjoy it, the left back. The fullbacks union celebrate together. And he's going all the way down to the northern side of the grandstand to give his family a hug. And what is probably his young son. Celebrating Dad's goal. He's very happy about that. That's what football's all about. And now it is a tough hill to climb for Sydney FC. Giorgio Speranza really digging the knife deeper into what has been a very tricky season for this youth team of Sydney FC. Kennedy winning the ball back. Another left back who's had a strong game today, despite a bit of the support. Quintal tried to get away. Speranza just picking it up and getting on with it quickly. Tries to play in Uoseski first time there. Shalakian didn't get the purchase on it. They definitely have their tails up now, the home side. The touch there from Kucharski is good, and well, he's kept it in. He's done really well, and potentially won a corner. No, it stayed in the field of play, still going. And eventually it's given as a Rockdale throw. Well, it was an overruling by the referee because the linesman had certainly given it towards the team in blue. Oh, Cordy has done really well. He's just rolled through Matty and he's just whipped it towards Uoseski, but just couldn't get the pace on it to get past Middleton in the middle. And then Kalusic does well to get out of trouble. They just can't seem to break away now, Sydney, like they were in the first half. Nice run from Constable, still going. Dinks it into the middle. But Pavlicic reads it well. Matthew steaming forward. Quintal wanted it. Nice to go through. Lakanos can't do so. First time to Kucharski. But he can't pick it up either. Sorge just goes with a speculator upfield and out of play. is Middleton. Matthew tries to dink it into Quintal up the field. And then Griffiths with a shanked clearance. Gives Sydney FC a throw. No idea why the throw's been taken from there. It was hooked well away from that position. It's Garcella. Oh, lovely roll of the feet. Still going here. Looking for some options. Not getting it at the moment. Now Quintal. Oh, and almost gets it through. Doesn't get the ball through to the intended target. Free kick for Rockdale as Jurasewski goes down. Rockdale play out them really nicely. But there was a loose pass and Camijo wins the free kick for Sydney. Decide to play it short. Danzo now. Still going here, Constable. Oh, what a run. This is down the touchline. Tries to switch it into Shalakian, but Camijo got a touch, but then he loses it again. Now Jurasewski, Shalakian, trying to roll through. Can't get past all the sky blue jumpers. Scarcella. Some nice skill. Ball across, doesn't find an intended target. Griffiths is in well. Just bouncing to a red shirt on nearly every occasion now. Seski gets clipped again. Gets away with it. Griffiths a bad pass. Seski loses it again. Now Scarcella breaks away. His touch just lets him down again. And then Shalakian takes the knock from the ball. Hits him in the tummy. Any lower, it would have been a little uncomfortable. Now another player's down for Rockdale. Everyone's taking a quick breather. Clearly enjoying themselves out there because they were in no hurry to get off the field or wrap the game up. Players are back on their feet now. And they just do the right thing, the away side, and give the ball back to the home side. And now Speranza can stride forward. Cordia tries to find the return ball. Can't do so. That's a giveaway. Here's Shalakian. Will go for goal. That's a whip on it, but it's too much juice. And we will have a pause before the goal kick. We are going to have the double change. On comes Meliwethu and Como for Waturo Camijo, and Jacob Brezet will come on as well in what looks to be a replacement for Will Kennedy. Scarcella now. Wins the free kick. Sticks it into space. Griffith has got some work to do as well to eventually get it back to his keeper. Devonish Mears has to just go long. Nice header there from Cordia to keep it in, but can't find Shalakian. Nice from Sydney as they play out of trouble. It's Brezette. So much pace off the bench he does. Eventually gets that ball across to Matty. It's well weighted and this will be kept in. That's lovely stuff here from Sydney. Can they produce something? Oh, there was just nobody wanting it in the 6-yard box. Scarcella couldn't bring it down, and Uraseski was in an offside position when that ball was hoisted forward. Glassens out to Brezette. Still going here, Brezette. Now Glassens again. Quintal tries to get it through to Glassens, but pass was just overcooked. They go long up the field. And it'll be a Sydney throw. Trying to dink it over towards Kucharski. Can't find the number 11. It's Pelikanos now. You can stride into space. Pass is cut out. It's a lazy one there from the midfielder. And now Middleton finds Glassens, tries to get it through to Kucharski, but just couldn't get it out of his feet. Cordia makes a big arcing run off the pass of Shalakian, but didn't quite have the pace to then round the Sydney FC defenders. Oh, nice intercept there from Scarcella. He's read the game well. Tries to find Kucharski, but Griffiths does really well to step up. Here's Quintal. Goes first time to Matthew. That's a good ball. He's got players in the middle. It is Quintal. Lets it roll. Oh, but Kucharski thought he was going to take it. Just around 20 minutes left now for either side to walk away with the 3 points. Right now it looks like it's going to be the home side. Oh, and I tell you what, Collins was lucky to get away with that one. That's a nice flick on. Kucharski's on side here. He's got Collins in company. Can't get around him, wins the throw. They switch it early to Brezette. One-on-one with Sword, Brezette. Can't go around two of them though. That's a nice whipping ball, and there's Kaczarski rising for it. It will go out for a goal kick. Nice flick on there from Quintal. Kaczarski onside. And Griffiths comes across and deals with it easily. That's a good ball, and Glasson's couldn't bring it down. He was offside, though. Ball won well by Middleton. Now Quintal. What can he find? Glasson overran it. He went offside. Now Middleton. Back to Scarcella. Lovely ball into Kaczarski. Lost it a couple of times. Here's Kaczarski, goes for goal. Griffith steps up and easily deals with it. Well, Melawufu does his best to rob the ball from Jurasevski. Can't do so, and now it's allowed the striker to surge forward. Still going here, Jurasevski. Touch let him down, though. Scarcella moves into space. As Quintal drops it back to him. Oh, that's a nice ball into the path of Glassons. It just didn't have the legs to chase it. Loses the ball there, Danzo. Kaczarski tries to find Quintal, but his pass is under hit. This interchange being readied for Sydney FC. Pearson Kasawaya is coming on. Collins cuts it out. Puts his side back on the front foot. Here's Sorge. Sydney FC wins the ball and breaks away with Brissett. And they think that he won the ball there. Sydney FC can't quite believe it. A good challenge in the end. Shalakian. Still going, but loses out. Bounces Fable again for Rockdale. Oh, lovely turn from Shalakian, who once again goes down and wins a free kick. It's an interesting debate, this one. Is he going down too easily and the referee allowing it? It will be the captain, Glasson, that's going off in replacement for Pearson Kasawaya. The referee is giving him the free kick, but he's not punishing the player, so that's the question that he's asking Sharkian, and it seems to be a fair one. Nice layoff there from Constable. He's on the byline now. Gets it back to Sorge. Griffiths switch it out to Speranza. He just has to go back. Rockdale just keeping the ball. Already up. Can't get away from Scarcella and wins. Who wins the throw? Time very much now the number one enemy for Sydney FC. Just under 15 minutes to go. There's a triples change being made here for the home side. So Kataoka is coming on. Yinka Sun Mola is coming on, as well as Blake Wishutio is coming on. They're replacing Brendan Chalakian, Dean Pelikanos. I'm not too sure who the last player was. It was all done in such a hurry. This Constable finds Juraszewski's onside, switches it into Mola, who's got his first couple of touches, which could be an assist. Here's Speranza, could he get two? No, he can't. Ball's gone out for a corner. There's Matteo Cordia, who has come off as the third substitution in that trio. Can they put the Sydney FC side to bed here? Corner goal would surely do it. It's not the greatest corner. It's a brilliant flicker from Constable. There's Sorge. Sorge still fighting his way through. Will it find anybody? No, it won't. Eventually it's hoisted over. Without a doubt, Ole Yinka's son Mola was offside when he laid that back. Had that one gone in, it would have been quite controversial. In the end, it didn't. Just go long upfield. There's no striker up there, so not too sure what the game plan is there for the away side. It'll just waste more time off the clock as we go into the final 10 minutes of the game. It's a poor giveaway there from Collins. Here's Quintal, lays it off towards Scarcella, but it's just a bit heavy. Onto ball. Roulettes and then just turns into traffic. Wins the throw though in the end. So Mola still going, just couldn't bring that one down in the end. Oh, nice intercept there. Bombed the new man on, Wishutio. Nice turn there from the Sydney FC. Substitute is still going. Casawea still going here, Casawea. Brilliant run and then tripped rather cynically from Danzo, and this will be a yellow card. What will they do here then, Sydney? They're sending some players forward. They've got to throw the jugular at the home side now. Here comes the free kick. Doesn't even get past the 18-yard box. That's a real letdown for Sydney. Juraszewski's made his run. He's waiting for the ball. He does get it. It's been dinked over and out of play. That's a wasteful pass there by Kataoka, who's just come on. Yards of space to put that ball into for Juraszewski to chase, and he didn't find the target whatsoever. In the meantime, we are going to have another substitution for the home side. Isaac Danzo is coming off following his yellow card, so he's going to get an early rest. And Hunter Elliott is going to come on and replace him. Funny moment with the fourth official putting up the electronic board for which substitution was going to be taken. Speranza asks for a free kick, isn't going to get it. Scarskella touches it well. Here's Brezet. Middleton to Middleton. Who then tries to find Scarcella with a long ball forward. This will be hoofed away by the keeper as it didn't fall into his box. As I remember said before, the fourth official flashed his electronic board both to the north and southern ends of the ground, and not entirely sure why, because there isn't a crowd on either side of that sides of the field. Still funny nonetheless. It's a shanked clearance. It's gone high in the air. Oh, that's a lovely touch though from Constable. It's a nice ball as well out to Juraseski. Tries to just whip it into Sunmola. Speranza wins the throw. Take off a little amount of time. Well, this is a good opportunity for a cracking shot. Pavlicic had to be very, very safe with his hands. Did well on the end to have to then stop a couple of shots from being taken at him. Collins wins the free kick. Kucharski just clipping his ankles. And we're going to have another change. All these substitutes are going to be used for Rockdale. Ray Owens is coming on. We don't know who for yet. It will be the man up top, Alec Juraseski. 2 goals today for him, securing what is going to be a likely 3 points again for his side and send them back to second spot on the ladder. They will go what looks to be, excuse me, I loaded up the club championship point, which of course they're doing very well in as well. 3rd place in that. They will jump Arpia Leichhardt into 2nd place, and they'll sit a point behind the Wanderers. We've had that incredible season, of course. But the other sides are starting to catch up. Kucharski rolls away from a couple of tackles, still going, and just can't get away from Collins, who just read the tackle well. The Rockdale defenders have done that spectacularly today. Not allowed the brilliant dribblers in this Sydney side any free space to run into. Comes out in here now to Kasawaya. Can't get away from Sorge, who wins a throw-in for his side. Substituted player that came off was Lachlan Constable. Speranza. Son Mola. Speranza, the goal scorer. Quintal wins the ball, but is judged to have been a little overzealous in his attempt to win it. Prosciutto. Sorge with a misplaced pass, unlikely for him. Then he goes back to back. That's a nice long ball, but Griffiths is there again to cut it out. Just haven't had the out ball to today, Sydney. Prosciutto rise to challenge well of Middleton. Sakatoa gets it out wide, and here's this chance for this fourth. Cuts back inside, will eventually be a shot. Here's the chance! Oh, brilliantly blocked in the end by Matthew. So Mola is offside. The referee hasn't seen the flag yet. Still waiting for it. The referee still hasn't seen it, hasn't looked that way. And eventually lets play continue. They go long here. Huge kick up to Kaczewski. But Collins is calm and heads it back to his keeper. Middleton. Harassed there by Owens. Standing up top now. Sorge wins the ball back for Rockdale. Not long left now. Heading towards the 90-minute mark. Hunter Elliott goes down under the tackle. You can hear his yells of agony from over here. Some might say a little dramatic. No, Constable is still on, sorry. He's still running around there. Thought that was the case. Long first time up here to Brissett, but keeper was well off his line and takes it comfortably. Here's Satakawa gets it away. Samola. Back to Prosciutto. Constable loses it. And now Sydney can break. Brissett does well to cut back and stride down the sideline. He's got a couple of options. He's going to go himself here. He's got options out wide. Still hasn't used them. Here's Brissett. Tries to get it across. It's blocked well from Speranza. Now the ball comes across, but it's a poor effort there from Kasawaya. And that's a bad giveaway from Somola. Here's Nkomo. Out now to Kaczewski. Goes towards Brissett and heads it forward, but didn't get the purchase on it required. It was easily collected by the keeper. Four minutes of out of time went up. It's a good tackle there from Kasawaya. Strong, still going. Eventually does win the free kick. Middleton loses the ball easily. Now's a chance for Rockdale to attack on the counter. Here's Elliott. He's got players in the middle waiting for it. Can only pick a blue shirt out. Owens tries to win the ball back. Forces Sydney FC to just play long, and they concede possession again. Busutto goes back to his centre half, who then gives it away. Sydney FC now looking for perhaps one last roll of the dice here. Kolasic goes long, but Samola tracked really nicely. Quintal wins the ball. Brezet. And here's Middleton. Cuts back inside, but can't find the way through. Middleton loses control again. He's got some tired legs, and Mola's making the run through, but the pass from Owens is poorly hit and can't find the intended target. Brezet. Nice switch of play out to Matthew. Matthew having a nice run, but can't get the ball forward. Nice ball to Kaczarski, lays it off nicely to Middleton. Back to Kaczarski, he's onside. Back to Quintal, rolls it into Brezet. Still with Brezet, can he find a way through? Plenty of players there, he's tripped up and brought down. Referee says no free kick. And this will go out for a corner, I think. No, it's kept in the... I thought it was kept in the field of play. They've called for a corner. Says it's gone over the line. They play it short. Here's Quintal. Does really well to skip inside. Quintal! Oh, it just can't be tapped in. It came straight across there to look to me, Kolasic. So we move into the final minute of added time. That was the last chance, you would think, for Sydney FC to have a crack at maybe snatching a point here. Here's Brezet. Can't find the ball forward. They want the whistle blown here, the Rockdale fans. The decreasing temperatures enough to ask for the final whistle, as well as the 3 points. And it does come now. Rockdale's march towards Premiership glory continues with another impressive win over a valiant Sydney FC. In the end, they just had too much class for the youth of Sydney FC and saw it out to the end with a strong 3-1 win. 2 goals in the second half via the penalty spot from Alec Uriseski for his double, and Giorgio Speranza enough to put them in the right position and see out a strong victory. Tough on Sydney FC, who fought to the very end, but it will go down as another tough loss in their difficult season. And you can see by the stats on the board that it was certainly a tough one indeed. Full time once again here. My name's Don Mazzuto. Thank you once more for your time watching this cracking game. From Ilinden Sports Ground, Rockdale 3, Sydney FC 1.